7 o'clock on the nose on this Thursday morning. You are watching Breakfast Television as we take a look right now at the stories that are topping the headlines today. And some drivers are about to discover that their supposedly free parking spot is actually costing them $50 a day. The seasonal parking ban coming into effect at 1 o'clock this morning. The latest ban announced Tuesday with a $50 ticket or possible tow for violators. And despite the advanced warning, it doesn't seem like all Edmontonians are getting the message. Still, many cars parked out on the collector bus routes today. Motorists aren't allowed to park in these areas until the seasonal ban has been lifted. Nearly 1,300 tickets were handed out during the season's first parking ban in November. City Council is moving quickly on a new snow motion. As debate continues on the city's 2014 budget, councillors also trying to find ways to be more efficient when it comes to clearing streets. Councillor Amarjeet Sohi putting forward a snow motion asking staff to come up with new solutions with an emphasis on doing away with those irksome windrows.
Where people's driveways are blocked or people's front access is blocked, or the issues related to the school zones where kids are being dropped off, and those are the issues that are bugging people.
Council passed that motion unanimously. Staff is now being tasked to look at timelines and removing snow from bus routes and school drop-off zones. Council will meet again to debate last-minute changes to the budget. Well, despite an outcry from Alberta unions and opposition parties, Bill 45 passed its third and final reading in the legislature late last night. The contentious bill went through by a 33-8 margin. Bill 45 will significantly increase fines for unions that strike illegally to $1 million a day. Members of the union say the legislation is an attack on their rights.
We're hearing from Albertans across the province that even if they don't believe in unions, even if they don't like unions, they don't like the way this government is acting, and they recognize that if the government can, with a stroke of a pen, erase rights that have been in place for almost 40 years, what does that say about this government, and what other rights can they take away with a stroke of a pen?
And I hope every single Albertan understands what you're seeing here tonight. This is majority power at its best, and this is majority power making sure Albertans do not have a voice.
Bill 46 also passed, but Deputy Premier Thomas Lukasik says he's still hoping to try to avoid relying on it to strike a deal with workers. That bill eliminates a binding arbitration process and imposes a wage freeze if a deal can't be struck by January 31st. AUP also filing a bad faith bargaining complaint with the Alberta Labour Relations Board on Tuesday. Meanwhile, opposition parties are attacking the credibility of the Ethics Commissioner, saying he is proving himself to be partial to the PC party. Alison Redford has repeatedly denied that she chose to award a contract to her ex-husband's law firm, but the ethics probe revealed that she did make the final decision after the Department of Justice presented her with a shortlist. Still, Commissioner Neil Wilkinson ruled that she didn't breach the Conflict Act in doing so.
The fact that Mr. Wilkinson has overlooked the Premier's involvement in the awarding of the contract means his credibility as an impartial, unbiased, and independent officer is even further eroded.
Even if she gets off on a technicality, I think most reasonable Albertans with a common sense approach to this would know that she was in a conflict and she should have recused herself from making that decision.
Wilkinson found that ex-spouses don't count in a conflict of interest case because they do not come under the category of family. He says it was, quote, entirely proper for Redford to make the decision that she did. Well, the province is launching a new website to sell off used government goods.
This helps us reduce costs by not having to lug products all around the province to make a sale.
The province says the online auction means surplus items don't need to be moved to warehouses in Edmonton or Calgary. Hundreds of items are up for grabs, including everything like lab equipment, electronics, medical supplies, industrial equipment, computers, vehicles, and office furniture. More than 100,000 items are sold every year, bringing in about $2.5 million in revenue for the provincial government. If you're interested, you can check out their website at surplus.alberta.ca. Well, as we first told you Wednesday morning, the International Airport is about to have a new neighbor as EIA welcomes a massive new shopping center next door.
That's what we're hoping to create for Edmonton as a destination, so it will actually draw traffic who's coming in for the purpose of going to that mall. That will really boost the airport, and it will boost the surrounding community. It's going to be a real economic driver as well.
Developers Ivanhoe Cambridge will spearhead the project they're calling the Outlet Collection at EIA. It's going to go up adjacent to the airport along Highway 2. A 45-acre shopping hub would be home to 85 different retailers. The developer also manages Southgate Centre and is behind Calgary's Crossiron Mills. Construction expected to begin in fall of next year, with the first stores to open in 2016. EIA officials say it's another step towards ensuring the airport is sustainable unto itself. Oh, this is one train that is not going to be on time. Edmonton's new LRT line under construction from Churchill Station to Nate is behind schedule. It was supposed to open in April of next year, but there is a problem with the signaling system, which will control the train's movements and allow the new line to merge safely with the existing one.
The tracks bend east at one. So you're actually affecting both lines if you don't have some kind of a system to control those trains through there. So you could run the risk then of having two trains collide, and so that's what we're not going to do.
The city is hoping that the Metro line will be up and running by June. The total cost of the project is pegged at $755 million. The delay isn't expected to add to that price tag. Well, there are many Christmas traditions, but perhaps none as heartwarming as the Salvation Army's community Christmas dinner. Dozens of volunteers helping to prepare and serve turkey dinner for an estimated 800 people, and as you can imagine, that's no small feat.
It's quite a bit of work. The ladies in the kitchen were telling me that they cooked 82 turkeys for this event and around 300 pounds of potatoes.
There were several sittings at the meal as well, and Christmas dinner wouldn't be complete without some holiday carols. And definitely a heartwarming story right there.